Have you ever felt like you're living the same day over and over? For me, it's not a feeling, it's a reality. It all started when my car broke down on a lonely stretch of highway. The nearest town was a place called Harmony Creek. It looked like it was pulled straight from a postcard. White picket fences, friendly neighbors, the smell of fresh-baked pie in the air. The mechanic, a cheerful guy named Gus, told me he'd need until Monday to get the part. So, I was stuck for the weekend. The first few days were nice, peaceful even. I walked through the town square, ate at the local diner, and chatted with people who seemed genuinely happy to see a new face. Saturday night, I went to bed feeling relaxed, ready to head out on Monday. But when I woke up, something was wrong. My phone calendar said it was Sunday again. I brushed it off as a glitch. But then I saw Gus, the mechanic. He greeted me with the exact same words he'd used last Sunday morning. "Morning, stranger. Lovely day, isn't it?" My heart sank. I went to the diner. The same special was on the board. The same people were sitting in the same seats, having the same conversations. The first week was pure panic. I tried everything. I tried telling people. They'd just smile, pat my shoulder, and say something like, "Sounds like you had a strange dream." I tried driving out of town, but my car was still broken, and the roads leading out of Harmony Creek seemed to twist back on themselves, always leading me back to the town square. By the time Sunday night rolled around again, I was a wreck. I stayed up all night watching the clock. At midnight, a strange, shimmering wave washed over the town. My head swam for a second, and then it was Sunday morning again. Everyone's memories had been wiped clean, everyone except me. I spent the next few loops, weeks, maybe months, it's hard to tell, just observing. I learned everyone's routines, their conversations, their secrets. There was Mrs. Gable, who always baked an apple pie on Sunday but never ate it. There was young Timmy, who always lost his kite in the same oak tree. And there was Sheriff Brody, who'd patrol the same quiet streets, his face a mask of weary contentment. The town ran like clockwork, a perfect repeating loop of idyllic Sunday life. But why? And why was I the only one who remembered? My desperation slowly turned into a grim determination. There had to be a reason. I started digging deeper, pushing the boundaries of the loop. I broke into the town hall one night, sifting through old records. Most were just props, blank pages bound in leather. But in the basement, behind a bricked-up wall I'd noticed Sheriff Brody always avoided, I found a box. Inside were old photographs and newspaper clippings, not from Harmony Creek, but from all over the country, spanning decades. They were all missing person reports. I recognized some of the faces, a younger, happier version of Gus the mechanic. A woman who looked just like Mrs. Gable, smiling on a city street. Each clipping had a date and a small handwritten note at the bottom. Lost in the storm. Fell from the bridge. Vanished without a trace. These weren't just missing people. These were people who were supposed to be dead. They were all survivors of accidents where they should have perished. Gus survived a factory explosion that took everyone else. Mrs. Gable was the sole survivor of a ferry that sank. They were all anomalies, glitches in the grand scheme of things. That's when the horrifying truth began to dawn on me. Harmony Creek wasn't a town, it was a cage. A beautifully crafted prison designed to hold people who had somehow cheated fate. People who, according to some cosmic rulebook, shouldn't exist anymore. They were given a perfect, peaceful Sunday to live out for eternity, unaware of their own fate. Their memories reset every single night to keep the illusion intact. The peace of Harmony Creek wasn't genuine. It was manufactured. The contentment wasn't real. It was a program. And then I thought about my own accident, the car crash a year ago. The doctors called my survival a 1-in-a-million miracle. I hadn't cheated fate. I had been flagged by it. My car didn't break down by chance. I was led here. I was the newest resident. But something went wrong with my intake. The memory wipe didn't work on me. I was a glitch within the glitch, a prisoner who was aware of the bars. This realization brought a new kind of terror. Was I doomed to watch this silent, looping play forever? I started looking for others like me. I developed a system. I'd leave small coded messages in places that wouldn't be reset, a carving on the underside of a park bench, a note tucked deep inside a library book. For a long, long time, nothing happened. More loops passed. The loneliness was crushing. The same smiles, the same pleasantries, all from people who were essentially ghosts. But then one Sunday, I saw it. A reply, a single word scratched next to my carving. Here. It was the librarian, a quiet woman named Eleanor. She'd been trapped for what she thought was 50 years. Her accident was a train derailment in the 1970s. She remembered everything, just like me. Finding her was like being able to breathe after holding my breath for an eternity. We weren't alone. We found a third person, a young man who worked at the general store. He had survived a hiking fall. The three of us became a silent resistance, meeting in the blind spots of the loop, piecing together the puzzle of our prison. We realized the loop wasn't perfect. It had seams. The shimmering wave at midnight was its weakest point. We believe the town isn't a physical place, but some kind of pocket dimension powered by an unknown source. Our theory is that if we can create a significant enough paradox, a big enough disruption at the exact moment of the reset, we might be able to tear a hole in the fabric of this reality and escape. It's an insane, desperate plan. We'd have to break the fundamental rules of the loop, an action so chaotic it could either set us free or erase us completely. Tonight is Sunday night again. We're going to try it. We've set up a chain reaction of events that defies the town's script. We're going to make Timmy's kite fly instead of get stuck. We're going to make Mrs. Gable share her pie. We're going to make Gus fix a car he's not supposed to. Small acts of defiance that will culminate in a major paradox at the town's power center, right as the clock strikes 12. I don't know if this will work. I don't know if we'll be free or if we'll just cease to exist. But anything is better than another perfect Sunday in Harmony Creek. For the first time in forever, I'm not afraid of what tomorrow will bring. Because for the first time, I don't know what it will be. Thanks for watching. If you want to follow more stories like this, make sure to subscribe.